Sis, did you know fear can mask itself in forms you would never imagine? We hold a weekly ladies' meeting in our church, and when work permits, I really love to attend. At one of these sessions, I was amazed to hear the different ways in which fear can manifest itself. So today, I would love to share 3 of those with you. And also some simple tools you can apply from today to overcome your fears. Hey sis, draw closer. Have you ever found yourself wondering when your status will finally change? While building your career, have you felt that quiet pull, longing how to become whole spiritually, emotionally, and financially free, but simply don't know how? Well, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Catherine, 40 and still single, and I know exactly what that feels like. I realized I was so focused on when my next season will unfold, and I was missing what God wanted to do in my present. I love the idea of financial freedom, but the truth is, I wasn't taking action for real change. When I decided to invest in myself, everything changed. I discovered the secret was in a system that could help me to build passive income in the long run. When you shift your mindset, everything else begins to align. And that's what this podcast is about. Helping you to prepare for the future you desire. Because sis, the harvest God has in store for you tomorrow lies in the seeds you sow today. So go grab yourself your favorite drink and let's journey with purpose together. Welcome to the 4th episode of the Healthcare Entrepreneurs Blueprint. It's so nice to have you back, sis. And sis, if you are not connected with me on socials, please do not forget to do so. There is an easy access link in the show notes. And when you do, please, why don't you send me a DM and let me know that you have listened into the podcast. So recently, I was catching up with some friends during a girls' spa weekend away. And a conversation came up that really got me thinking. One of my friends made reference to an incident that happened while we were away on holiday together. At first, her comment took me aback, but on reflecting on it later, I realized many of us have got the same perspective towards the things that God has called us to. So let me just give you an highlight of what happened on our girly trip. We stopped to get an ice cream. And while some of the girls were enjoying their ice cream in their bubble, I decided to adventure off and explore the area nearby. Eventually, the rest of them joined me, and 3 of us decided to take some pictures near what looked like a cliff. But my friend cautioned us. From the distance where she stood, it appeared as though the cliff led directly into the sea. So, of course, she was right to caution these fanatic photo lovers. But this is what she missed. When I took the lead, I went up to a higher level. From that height, I could see the cliff we were standing on. But I could also see the beach right beneath it. So because of the perspective that I had, I could stand near the cliff, knowing that the sea wasn't directly beneath us. Sometimes that is what happens when we are presented with enchanted waters. God can bring opportunities our way, and He invites us to draw closer and to explore what He has in store for us. But sis, until you make the decision to draw closer and investigate, you would never understand what could be waiting for you. If you remain afar, all you will see is the vast and dangerous sea. What is standing between us and the opportunities God brings our way is fear. Because of that, we keep our distance, and often we do so to protect ourselves, which is absolutely understandable. But God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. That was from 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. Fear has a way of manifesting itself in ways you would never believe. I learned this during a ladies' meeting I attend weekly, and it blew my mind. I'm about to share 3 with you and take note. The first is avoidance. Yes. Do you ever find yourself avoiding what you know you are called to do? In episode 3, I shared how our stories could be one of the tools for stepping into our purpose. But this is what can happen. We can become fearful of digging into our past, into some of those painful lessons, and we decide to cover them up instead of leaning into them and allowing God to shape them for His purpose. I'm not saying you have to be an open book, but when God wants to use your life, He shows you exactly which part He wants others to benefit from. This will require you to draw closer to God, to look deeper into what He wants to uncover for a greater purpose. Sis, your purpose could be tied to your story, but until you make the decision to look deep within yourself, there is no way it can become your tool. The other form fear takes is overthinking. God might be calling you to step into a business opportunity, but right now, all you are thinking about is, how am I going to get started? The cost that is going to be involved, or even the amount of time that you need to put into it. Planning has its place. We are cautioned to count the cost before we build a house. But could overthinking without action be keeping you stuck and not allowing you to step into that opportunity God has for you? Says, when we stop at the point of thinking and we think something through and through and through, without any forward action, nothing changes. But when we commit our ways to God and take one step in a direction, God directs us. He directs our path. So what am I saying? Stop overthinking. God has already impressed something in your heart, and take one step forward, because He's not going to leave you just in the middle of the road. Take one step forward and He will direct your path. And here comes the third area in which fear manifests itself: perfection. Who doesn't like to show off a polished work? Something ready to be admired and applauded. But here is the truth. If you are waiting for your story to become perfect before you step out, that day will never arrive. I'm sure you've heard this before. When God calls us to do something, He walks alongside us and works through us to make it fruitful. Perfection is a myth. So sis, my invitation to you is draw closer to God and seek Him about your season. Lean into Him. Ask the difficult questions and be willing to take action. Don't stand afar from the cliff. There is a beach of possibilities just beneath it. One you can step down into and experience a world full of purpose and growth. If you keep your distance, all you will see is the vast ocean of fear. But God has treasures within your reach for a purposeful life. On that trip, what gave me the courage to go closer to what looked like a cliff was the fact that I stood at a higher level. From that higher position, I could see the accessible beach beneath the cliff. You see, when you do your due diligence and investigate an opportunity before stepping into it. Although you might not know all the ins and outs, you might not have all the answers, you will have enough evidence to help you to take the first step. And trust me, the rest unfolds itself as you move forward. God never gives us the whole picture at once. He gives us one piece of the puzzle, and as you pick them and begin to put them together, slowly the picture starts to reveal itself. Remember in episode 3, I also shared how purpose can often be discovered through what is already in your hands. That is how we got to your story being one of the tools, right? But here is the challenge many of us face after discovering purpose. Fear. Yes, fear. Fear of failure. Fear of what others might say. Fear of not being enough. And that is why we cannot allow fear to keep us standing at a distance from what God is calling us to. So here are your tools to battle fear. Prayer is key. Ask God to give you peace about what He has called you to do in this season. Seek direction in His Word. God always gives a word for every season you are in. And third, take one step in a direction. I know, sometimes you wonder, am I going to the left or to the right? You take one step in one direction. Once you start moving and trusting God, He directs your path. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." This is Isaiah 30, verse 21. So sis, let's do a quick recap. Pause and check what you have been avoiding. What have you been overthinking? And what are you trying to perfect before stepping forward? Fear never leaves. It just keeps you wrapped up. So break out and draw closer to those ideas God has been impressing on your heart over the years and do that thing. Feel the fear and do it anyway. God normally gives one instruction at a time. So when you step out in what He has already told you to do, He will direct you in the next step to take. So start from where you are, because He has already given you the first instruction. You take good care of yourself, and I will catch you on the next episode. You take care of yourself, sis. Bye-bye and ciao for now. Bye for now. Until the next episode, keep moving towards your purpose, one step at a time. Do not shrink your dreams to fit your current reality. Instead, rise, scale up, and grow into the capacity God has placed within you, and make the waiting count. I really hope this episode has helped you to move closer to your goals. If it has, please would you share with a sister who could benefit from this? She might just be praying for a business breakthrough or for a mindset breakthrough. You never know. And this could propel her into her next season. You can also connect with me on social media. You could either find me on LinkedIn, where I actually hang out more often, simply by searching my name, Catherine Kiete. Or you could also find me on Instagram or Facebook under the name Catherine Animal CK. And if you have really enjoyed this podcast, which I hope you have, it will really help me if you could leave a review on Apple Podcast. If you are curious about knowing how I stepped into the digital space with confidence, feel free to visit my website, which is www.kakiete.com. So it is CAKIERTEY.com. where you can register to learn more about this online business, which I run alongside my healthcare role. So once more, that is www.cakertey.com. And I will be more than happy to mentor you every step of the way. You will also find a link in the show notes, which gives you easy access to connect with me wherever you choose to do so. Sis, stay rooted in your purpose and move towards it with intention every single day. God willing, I will catch you next week. You stay blessed and take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye and ciao-ciao for now. Bye for now.